Welcome to A Keep Me Alive. I almost missed that. I was like, oh crap, the song's over. Noah is with me from Pittsburgh tonight, and Fomer. Welcome, Noah. It's nice to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me, Scott.
What's going on with you? I'm reading. I'm looking at your bio here. I'm like, I better look at that just to kind of because we scheduled this a little while back
Right.
after I met you up in Pittsburgh. But this started out as a solo project, right? This is
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
mean,
your
I say
baby.
it like it started 2022, but I mean, it really started before that. I mean, the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
Um, it was when I graduated college in like 2017.
Where did you go? Where did you go to school?
I went to Pitt.
Ah, boo!
Oh, wait.
I went to WVU.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's all right.
Well,
Yeah, you're good.
we played like the pregame at 1-2-3, like
Oh, nice.
the night before the first home game. And it was like it was Penn State versus WVU. So I mean, we both
Oh
hate
yeah.
Penn State. So.
Oh, that was this year you guys played up there?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
the turnout wasn't what I wanted it to be, but that's because right down the street at that pavilion. You know the pavilion I'm talking about.
Uh,
Uh, it's I
Not
don't
really,
know what
but
it's called. It's like it's right over the cliff there. But the Plain White Tees were playing a free show there.
oh, it was at the amphitheater, the Ruby,
Yeah. That
whatever it
thing.
is. Yeah, Hazel McQueen Amphitheater or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
you know better than me.
Yeah, I haven't been there either, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, you did that show at the Plain White Tees, or that show
no,
was
no,
going on at the same time?
no, we were playing at the same time. Actually, I
Oh,
my friend who was filling in on drums that night, his old band actually opened for the Plain White Tees at one point. This is like this is like 2018, something like that.
okay. Yeah.
But yeah, we like Foamer. It started out as like kind of a solo thing. I tried to start a band, uh, probably like around when I first became acquainted with like all my current bandmates and all my music friends and stuff. I was trying to start something and trying to start with a mutual friend, and it was going well at first, but it's one of those things that just fell apart before you could really start. It's like you know people living very far apart and like having creative differences and all that stuff. But I was kind of like left at a certain point where um I was kind of started from scratch, and at the same time, like my music taste and my writing and bands I was listening to, I was kind of expanding my music taste. And back then, I was writing like stuff that sounds completely different from what Foamer actually is. It's like alternative rock, like going through my alt rock fanboy phase, writing like songs that sound like Foo Fighters and stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. But I was starting to get like really into indie rock, and then from there to psych rock. So I talked to my friend Steve. I remember him telling me he's like, well, you already know what you want your project to sound like, so why don't you just do it yourself
Yeah.
and things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a different approach to things. Kind of do like the whole Kevin Parker Tame Impala thing, where it's like you do as much as you can on your own, and then you get people to help you, and then you form a band after that. And that took a while because like there was like so many setbacks. One, I was writing new songs and like trying to get those like the way I wanted them to sound. Lockdown hit because it is like 2019 when I first got the idea, but lockdown hit, and then couldn't really do anything for a while. Um,
Yeah, that sucked.
yeah, and then like I think from like March 2021 to like late 2022, I moved 4 times, so it's always just setting up a new studio and picking
Yeah,
up
that.
where I left off and doing all that stuff. And then I started playing bass for the Vix, and that like I was dedicating a lot of time to like just keeping up with that and things like that. But finally, by like late 2022, that's when I started like picking people for the full band. I was like, hey, you want to do this? I mean, Luke was an obvious choice because he played drums on the EP,
Luke's a
and
badass, by the way. I got to plug Luke a little bit. Luke's because Haven State's been on the show a couple. It's been about
right,
a
yeah, I
year,
know him and
maybe.
Josie did this a little
Yeah,
bit
about
ago.
maybe 2 years ago. But yeah, I got to plug them because yeah, heck yeah, Haven State's awesome. But yeah, go
Oh yeah,
ahead.
and like this band probably wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Haven State because everyone in that band played a role in this. I mean, Cody, like Cody the
Oh
guitarist,
yeah. Hmm.
he showed me how to make like very like professional sounding demos, how to like mic and amp and do all that stuff because they all went to school for this, and I didn't really have any kind of like knowledge like that. So it's like they just showed me some very very basic stuff, but it really went a long way for me. Uh,
Sure.
Josie actually sang on her
Yeah.
first single, Combust, and
I love that song. I've been listening to that one more and more now because
thank
I'm
you.
like, oh, that's the one that she played on because I remember she got up and sang at the show.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I
recently.
like
Yeah.
that because then I didn't have to.
So you
Yeah,
you
but
do sing that song when you have to. Then I guess when she's not, at a show,
yeah, and that
okay.
kind of like played into the development of the band because at first, like I wasn't really comfortable singing or coming up with
Really?
melodies or lyrics. I
You
wasn't
do
really.
so well at it though. You're so good at it.
I've gotten more comfortable at it the more I've done it. But like if you go back like a year and a half, I was like very like in my shell, and
Yeah.
I wasn't like I had a few ideas where I was like, oh, I like this, but like I'm always my own biggest critic. So the original idea with Fulmer was to like have like stuff where I would write all the music and then just have like the singer on different songs and things like that. And like the first song I worked on was Combust because that was kind of like the transition from alternative rock to psych rock. And Josie had written lyrics for it, and then like a whole year passed, and like I didn't touch anything for a mix. I was just busy with other stuff. And then she comes back. She's like, I have some lyrics. It's about people and stuff. I'm like, hell yeah, let's write a song about people
Yeah,
and
let's
stuff.
do
And
it.
so she came over one day and she had like 98% of the lyrics figured out. And I you know, I helped out a little bit, like the other 2%. It's like, oh, this kind of rhymes with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But really the lyrics are like her. But, and I just, I didn't really give her any like pointers on the melody. So like, I'm not going to do that with Josie. But when we went to record the vocals, I just kind of looked at her like that's exactly what I wish I could have written, but I'm so glad you did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, no,
That's so cool.
and yeah, no, I'm really happy with how that turned out. And that's why I wanted to release it first. That and that's the first song we finished. It was kind of a release as you go type thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That it's a great song, and I remember at the show when you said that oh somebody's gonna come up and sing with us, and I was like, holy crap, that's Josie. She's gonna sing. So she sang, and I was like, oh well, maybe it's she's just I don't know what's going on here. And then when I started listening to your EP, I was like, that's Josie singing because it
Oh
doesn't say
yeah.
it on on the list. it just says Combust, and I was like, that's that song. I was like, I love that song. That's a great song.
Mhm.
I mean, I like them all, but that's a good one too.
Oh no, it definitely. I love Eric to my hear it. I mean, again, like the fact that she sang on that really made it what it was, and I was really happy about it. It was like a therapeutic experience, like being able to like bring all the lyrics together with her. So it's really nice. She's great, and I hope she. We've talked about collaborating in the future. Again, I think she's got her own like little side project that she's starting that she like briefly mentioned to me the other day. I saw her a couple days ago, but
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I've known them for quite a while. Even
Mhm.
I don't think I met them before the show, but I tried to get them on for like a year. Haven State. I kept bugging them to death. But that's what you have to do sometimes. You
They're like
bug the
so
crap
like
out of people.
precise with everything, and like
They
their
are, yeah.
music's so good. I remember I learned one of their songs on guitar. I learned Dead Dog, and Joey's like, this is like one of our easier ones. I'm like it's nice for me. But
Yeah, really, yeah. It's just that whole that well, Combust is kind of similar to what they do. You know, like
yeah,
I guess it's math rock. I don't know how you explain that style of music or progress. I don't know what it is, but I hate genres. But yeah, it's probably all the same beat, but to the listener, it sounds like it's so offbeat, and they're doing all these crazy things and these stops.
yeah,
And Combust is kind of like that too. And I'm like, that's why I really like it. I'm like,
yeah.
that's very good. I mean, I can't do that stuff. I mean, I
Mhm.
probably could. I don't know, but
Cody actually he produced like I had like a demo for that, like a old garage band demo, and it was a lot longer, and he kind of helped cut it up and like shorten it. So that makes sense that you're saying that because he kind of put his touch on that, and I think it made it a better song. It kind of like made it like as long as it needed to be,
yeah, yeah.
and then yeah, and then Josie did her thing, and no, I love it, and like Lucas also had his input there, like the double time at the end of the song.
Hmm.
That was his idea. I didn't have that in there originally, and it took me a second to warm up to it, but now I'm like, oh, I'm so glad he kind of like pushed for that.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I need to know this. how did you come up with Foamer?
Foamer.
Because it's a brilliant name.
No, I love it. I
It's
remember
almost
being
like
at
moist. When
another
people say
podcast.
moist, you know what I mean? Like foam just seems foaming at the mouth, or like a dog that has with rabies. I don't know. It's probably nothing like that, but
Yeah, that's kind of funny because our first show at the Smiling Moose, uh, we were playing with Sunny Days and the Weathermen, and they had this song,
all
the
those guys.
Munhall Man, that they released, and they had this drink that was named after them called the Munhall Mule, and and so the bartender's like, "Hey, if you want to play here again, we'll name a drink after you." I'm like, "Wouldn't that just be like a really poorly poured beer with a lot of
Yeah,
foam?"
really. Yeah, lots of foam. Lots of foam.
It's like that's one extra foam. It's but I came up with a name. Have you ever played the or are you familiar with the video game Rocket League?
Yes, I am familiar. I played
So
it a couple times. Yeah.
we got the name came from that game. We at my my current house, which used to be just a house I would crash at a bunch. Um, we were playing PlayStation. We played Rocket League, and we didn't have online. No one wanted to pay money for that.
Yes.
So we just played like these tournaments versus the computer. And out of all the team, they always had these like weird CPU names. But the best team, they're called the Mammoths, and there's two CPUs on there. They're Styx and Foamer. And the joke was like, oh well, Styx is a band name, but
Yeah.
Foamer could be. And I'm like,
Yeah. For sure.
dibs. I'm like, I got dibs. I'm starting a project. I like that. It's mine now.
Yeah.
And then I later found out
That's awesome.
that Foamer means like someone who's like really like enthusiastic or like obsessed with trains, like someone who's like really into trains.
With trains, like trains.
Yeah, like
Let's
those things
like.
that carry cargo across the state and stuff. um,
That's
but
crazy.
but the funny
They're
thing
called
is, like that was
foamers.
me when I was a kid. I was like so into that when I was a kid. Like it's like you're either a train kid or a dinosaur kid, and I was a train
What?
guy.
That's hilarious. Okay, I got to see what the Google says about. Yeah,
But no,
yeah. The first thing
that
comes
doesn't
up when you
have to tell me that. I was like, that's a fitting name.
the first thing you type in when you type in Foamer, it says Foamer trains, and an obsessive rail fan, or you're a rail fan.
Yeah,
That'd be a cool name for an album
yeah,
too. Rail
almost
fan,
for life.
a device that foams or froths liquid. Well, yeah, we know that, but yeah, I had no idea that had to do with trains. That's nuts. What does
I
it mean
didn't
to be?
either until
What
someone
does it mean
told
to be
me.
a foamer? That means you're a fan of the band Foamer. That's what that means. Someone who's obsessed with trains. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy. Did that surprise you too when you heard that?
I just laughed about it. I was like, of course,
And it's a
yeah, of
Rocket
course.
League
But
team.
I knew I chose right. So I was like, I'm not changing the name.
It says not just a rail fan, but beyond that. Some people think that all rail fans are foamers, but I think there's a distinct difference. I don't know who wrote this article. It just comes up on the Google search, but
Oh, got you.
that's funny. And it has a Reddit under the Reddit the thread of trains. It's what is a foamer? Do you mess around with Reddit at all?
I mean,
It's
I've
different.
been on there before. It's
It's
just
a different platform. I don't know. I tried. If I ever have a question with something, I'll kind of look to it just to see what people have written. But
mhm.
it's like if you don't respond in the right way, or if you make a post in the wrong way, they immediately get you. They're like,
Oh
"Hey,
yeah,
you didn't do that right." Like, listen, buddy, I'm just trying to get some answers here. I don't know what you're like. Why is it so difficult to post something? I don't know. It's just a
that's why I stay off Facebook nowadays.
I guess it's like Discord. Discord's the same way. You can't
Mhm.
post like I don't know what I don't. Just people have Discord groups and whatever. People in their
I
platforms.
feel it.
I guess Trump has his own platform, doesn't he?
Who
I
does?
don't. I don't normally talk politics on here, but doesn't Trump have his own social media platform? What's it?
I have no idea.
Is it Truth Social? I think, or something stupid like that. By the way, who are you voting for on Tuesday? No, I'm kidding. You don't have to. No, not getting into that. Um, well, let's go ahead and listen to one of your songs. We should listen to Combust, but we won't. We'll force the people to go listen on their own because they
Oh
definitely
yeah,
should.
yeah.
But
Check it out.
I have Brain Attack and Vessel, and it's up to you which one you want to play first.
Um, let's do Brain Attack. I wrote that one first.
Okay, all right. Tell us a little bit about that song, what the lyrics are about, things like that.
um, so I wrote that song like 5 years ago. It's weird because like all these songs in the EP are like they're old to me, but they're new to everyone else. That was actually our second single though. after Combust was out for a while, I was like, oh, I'm the only one singing these songs live, so I want to do that. But Brain Attack, it has to do with like the whole EP is kind of like mental health themed, but Brain Attack just kind of is like just about like experiencing anxiety, like everyday anxiety. The title was supposed to be like a joke at first because I do this when I make demos. I usually write lyrics and melodies last. I get really into like layering and stuff. So like the title just comes last. I was like, oh, I'll call this Brain Attack. It's like a heart attack in your brain. And then but then I enjoyed the title. I'm like, okay, this kind of sticks. So I
Yeah.
kept it that way. But it's more just about like, just going through your day and just like things that kind of just like get on your skin, or not even that, just kind of like, make you feel uneasy
Yeah.
and things like that. And I was going through like a real Pink Floyd phase at the time, so I was really getting into like some of their songs, like the album Animals and Metal, like those albums.
That's a good phase to go through.
Oh yeah, it's great. I think it was my second Pink Floyd phase. My first one was in college, but they're one of my favorite bands, and I think they're one of the heaviest influences on this band. But yeah, I remember I was sitting, I was during in 2019. That's when I wrote it. I was still at my parents' place, and I had like a little mini amp, and I was just am I allowed to swear on here?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Otherwise,
you're
I'll
good.
let someone slip. But I was
you're
I was
fine.
fucking around with the delay on the mini amp, and I started like playing those three chords. I'm like, oh, like if I like line it up like this, like I could make it like kind of like a rhythmic thing, like kind of like that first track on Metal, like One of These Days, where it's like you have those two dueling basses, but it's more on guitar this time. So I did that, but yeah, that song, that's probably one of my favorite ones to record.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's basically about like anxiety and just dealing with that and just kind of wanting to like scream. I was dealing with a lot at the time. I was like trying to get out of my folks' place. I was trying to find a job that paid more. Just trying to get out of this, like, where you feel so stationary.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep,
I
definitely.
was really dealing with that, and I kind of channeled it all into this song. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's an old one for me. It really is. It's 5 years ago. So
Awesome. I really like it. I like the whole EP. But here's Brain Attack by Foamer, and definitely go check out the entire EP. It's really, really good. Here's Brain Attack. Is that just a radio something? What is going on there? That's what I was trying. That's what I was
It's a
listening
couple
for.
radio samples just kind of like mixed together. I
Yeah.
wanted it to be so the whole EP. I wanted it to all just be like really emphasize the whole collective thing,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
wanted everything to kind of just like bleed into the next one. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put Combust second. I'll just have kind of like sound like you're changing the radio station,
Hmm.
and like then like you change to a station where that the next song's coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
can't really hear
just.
it too well, but it's like it actually teases Combust like for like a brief second. There, it's
I
like
think I
really
heard that the other day. I think I know what you're talking about now.
yeah.
We're kind of. I think so. I think I yeah. So that does happen then. I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy. It's just creating the illusion that you're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, that's those. You can tell Luke's playing that too. Like now that I know that
Mhm.
Luke's playing that, like I can hear his dr- would it be percussionisms? I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
His style. I guess
Mhm.
if you know Luke or you know Haven State, you can tell his style
Oh
of
yeah.
playing. You can hear that in there. And okay, so when you brought this idea to the collective, when the first time you played it, or the first couple times you played it with others, was it what you expected it to sound like, or was there quite a few changes that you needed to make it your song?
Um. I mean, there wasn't really too many changes. I think like the intro, because like, you know how the intro fades in.
Hmm.
We just played through it one time, and then we just all come into together. But I mean, really, like not much changes. The first couple times we played it live, I mean, live, I mean like at rehearsal. First time we
Right.
played at
Yeah.
rehearsal, like way before our first gig, it went really well. I mean, I was surprised because like at that point I'm like, oh, the first rehearsal is always gonna be the worst, but
Yeah, it's true.
it wasn't. Everyone was prepared. Everyone like I try to choose people that like I know would practice, uh,
Yeah, that's the
and then
toughest
that I
part.
know would be like into it. And I mean, obviously Luke was an obvious choice because he played on the record, and he's
Yeah.
always looking to play live. So you know that was easy. I was like, hey, like I'm gonna make this a band. Like you want to be in it, like that's it's all you. So
Yeah.
and it's really coming together. That dude's a beast.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the man. Yeah, I remember looking at. I don't want to talk too much about Luke because it's your show, but I do want to say,
And he's in the band, so yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, but he should have been on then, right? If he
Well,
really wanted to.
that
Mhm.
that dude lives in Uniontown. He's
Yeah, he's
it's a
busy. He's
hike
a
for
busy
him.
fellow. He's a busy guy. Well, I
Yeah,
guess he's in
he
three
is.
bands now because he's got Tales of Creature. Also,
Yeah, and obviously Leo's here. Because you were
yeah.
talking the
Mhm.
other day. He's here till like the end of November, and so Lucas is really just working on that right now.
Yeah.
I think Haven State's got a gig next month too, but he's really focusing on that. So this is kind of a transitional period for us, but it's nice too because me and Eddie, our guitar player, we're gonna start recording some guitars for some new songs this
Mm.
month that we already got done on drums.
Now,
We're bringing in a new bass player.
do you DIY your stuff at home, or do you go to a studio and record usually?
Well, we my friend Evan Yesker, he actually he used to live here with me. Like right now, it's just me and my friend Bobby, who's my bandmate in the Vix. Uh, but he used to live here with us, and he kind of like did this whole basement, like where I'm doing this stuff. This is like our jam space slash studio, and he's a really good studio engineer, and he's also a drummer. So like working with him and Luke on drums has been good. But usually I do it through him. He still comes here and takes clients and stuff, and we just let him keep his key because we didn't get any roommate. Our rent's decently cheap, so
Yeah.
we have Studio B upstairs now. That's the old bedroom,
Studio
but
B. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah. So Evan does that. He engineers and mixes our stuff, and he's also filled in for us on drums a couple times. He's the one whose band opened for Plain White Tees, like
Okay. Yeah.
back in the day.
Who did you play with at Pleasant Street when you guys came down?
We play with Mellowscape.
Okay.
And this band, the Greens, they're like kind of
Greens. Yeah, I know the Greens.
local legends.
Yeah, I know the
Um,
Greens. I don't know
yeah, I
them
figured you
personally,
did.
but I know who they are. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cool, and I was happy to be on that bill. I just wish the Plain White Tees would have played there a different time.
Yeah. There you go.
I did thank them for opening.
Yeah. Well,
My
well,
band
that's huge.
there.
You know, you can put that on your resume for sure.
Yeah,
Who cares? Nobody has to know where they weren't actually there, but
yeah, they were within breathing distance. So,
I had Grace Campbell on. She's a I think she lives in like Washington, Canonsburg area now, but she's a West Virginian and she's a West Virginia musician. And she was on the show. It was a couple weeks before that show, and I was supposed to go. Something came up, and I can't remember. I was supposed to go watch her play, but I could have gone there and then jumped up to Pleasant Street and saw you play.
oh, right on.
But I can't remember right now what came up, but something.
Yeah.
I usually can make the shows that I say, hey, I will be there.
Oh
I
yeah,
will be there, and if I can't, then something definitely happened, or I just can't remember what it was, but something came up and I couldn't make it.
I feel it. It's a
But
great venue though. 123
yes,
Pleasant.
I played there a couple times. I used to play drums in a band. This is years ago. I've since sold my drum set, even though there's one sitting right in front of me, right in front of my desk now. But that's for the band that I sing in now. I just sing in a band now. But yeah, I played on that. I played on that stage as a drummer, and I've played on that stage as a screamer singer that I didn't know what I was doing. It was at open mic, so it was just me and a couple of buddies, and thankfully the music was a lot louder than the vocals, because wasn't that great? It was just fun. And then I played guitar doing something there. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, the drum thing was fun because it was the band it was that U92. U92 is the college radio station, and they
Hmm.
used to do this thing. I believe it was Wednesday nights. They used to do this thing where they would get two bands and they would perform at Pleasant Street and they would broadcast it, and it would just be I think it was every month or every week. I can't remember. I don't think they do it anymore. But the band that we played with had just got off a tour with 311. They were
Oh,
called
I love your 11.
Agents of the Sun, and there was like eight of them, and they were really good. And we ended up hanging out with them afterwards and stuff. They came over to the house, and I bought a keg, and we partied in Morgantown style.
That's sick.
Um, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. There's somebody in the chat right now that I like to recognize the folks in the chat because you don't really see that. Well, you do if you're watching, but his name's Jason. I don't know if I know him or not, but he said my lights looked good, and I just kind of started. I put this light back here for the Halloween show for ambience, I guess. And I was like, I'll just gonna leave it there. So I
Oh yeah, I
moved it.
dig it.
But he said, I don't know if he's talking about your music. Hopefully he is, but he says that it's so 1984.
Like the Van Halen album.
I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. But
I love that album.
oh, I know who it is now. I know who it is now. It's my friend Jason from. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Jason. Okay, me and Jason used to play together.
All right on.
I played drums with him. Here I live about what 30 45 minutes from Morgantown
Okay.
south of Morgantown, and yeah, he plays guitar and sings, and we had our friend Wiz played saxophone. We had no bass player, and I was the drummer, and I played trumpet on one of the songs that we wrote together. That was fun. Yeah, that was, gosh, man, Acoustic Solution. Yeah, he just put it in the chat. That's what we were called, Acoustic Solution.
I love it.
That was years ago. Years ago. Man, I haven't talked to him for a while. Cool. Yeah, that's that. I definitely hear the. You mentioned Pink Floyd earlier, and I definitely hear that in your music. That
All right,
there's an
thank you.
influence there somewhere. Is that what other influences do you have for your music?
A lot. I mean, I got really. I think when I started deciding to write a psych rock is when I got in this band called Post Animal. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're a band out in Chicago.
I don't
I
think I
don't know if
have.
you ever watched Stranger Things. This one actor from
Not
there was
really.
really
No,
huge.
I don't watch
There's
TV.
this
I
actor called
don't
Joe.
have cable or anything. But yeah, go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, it's like a Netflix show, but it's pretty cool. But there's this one actor on there named Joe Keery, and he used to be in that band before he got like big, and he left that band because he got big. But they have a couple albums from things like 2018 and 2020. Like this one album called When I Think of You in a Castle. It's like one of my favorite albums ever. I got really into them. I was like, oh, this is cool. It's kind of like a Pink Floyd, like Sabbath, King Crimson type thing. I think it's like I think if I were to like pick our biggest influences for foam, it'd probably be that band, Pink Floyd, Queens of the Stone Age, really kind of like I incorporate a little bit of alternative rock in there. I'd say that for the EP, I like a lot. I like a lot of like modern psych rock bands. Like I love Crumb. I don't know if you listen to those
Yeah, I've
guys.
heard of Chrome. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them back in September. Great show. Uh, it, my favorite band lately has been King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, yeah, I know them.
You'll see some of their influence on our newer stuff that I'm hoping to get out next year.
Yeah.
But because like all the EP stuff is right before I got into that band, I'm like damn, why didn't I get this guys earlier? I should have just listened to them a while ago. They're on my list of bands to listen to. So,
Yeah, yeah. It reminds me of was it the Tony Danza tap dancing extravaganza? You ever heard of them?
nope, that's a cool name though.
Yeah, it's very very long. Thank you for that. I didn't get a drink when I told you I was going to get a drink, so I got one now. But yeah, that King was it King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What are with these bands with these long names? But they're very good, so you have to say their names. They force
Yeah,
you to, you know.
they got a long name, but they also have a lot of music, so their
Yeah.
discography is even longer. So
You know who I've gotten into lately? Dopapod. Have you heard of them?
I
Dopapod?
haven't. Were they? What kind of music are they?
I don't. I couldn't tell you right off,
Mhm.
but Dopapod. Gosh, they played on. Maybe Jason knows. Jason, where's Dopapod from? Look it up. Um, I'm thinking like it's like a big state, like Chicago, maybe. I don't know. I can't think of it right now.
Chicago's
Um,
got a great music scene.
oh
Uh,
my, Pittsburgh's got a great music scene. I'm going to
yeah,
stop right at Chicago
that city's okay.
and put in Pittsburgh because I've had so many bands on from Pittsburgh and they don't all sound the same. They're all
Right.
similar. They're all similar. All very nice people. I don't think I've met a mean person. Nope, I haven't in Pittsburgh. But and Pittsburgh's not very far. You know, those of you that don't know, I'm about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from the city, and it's like Pittsburgh is like a big small city.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, or a small big city.
Yeah.
It could be. It
I
could
think
go either way.
it's like small enough, like especially the music scene, it's like small enough where everything is very inclusive. People are very supportive of each other.
They
People
are, yeah.
go to each other's shows just to check it out. And
And there could be a show. Like it's just like I guess like any big city where it could be a Sunday night or a Monday or Tuesday or something when you wouldn't think that there'd be much going on or much happening,
Mhm.
but there's shows and they're maybe not the big arena shows. I stay away from those anymore just 'cause
Oh yeah, it's same here. Unless it's something I really like.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I went and saw Chevelle at Stage AE over the summer, and that was
Mhm.
good. I grew up with Chevelle, so I wanted to go to that show, and it's the first time I've been to Stage AE in probably 5 years.
Oh,
Just because I don't, there's nothing that draws me to Stage AE. It's just this. Those bands have made it. I'm gonna buy a ticket to a band, a local band that needs me there.
mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Chevelle doesn't need me there. They could have cared less that I even went. I mean, I'm sure they cared, but like they are not gonna. I'm
Well,
not gonna be able to talk to them at the merch table either afterwards.
yeah, and it also
Mhm.
takes away like they're not gonna surprise you. You already know what they're doing. Like, whereas you can go to a local show and be like, "Wow, these guys are really good." Like, I'd listen to this. Um,
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of how I approach songwriting, where I'm like, because I used to write like a lot, and they'd all like most of them would just suck, and I'm like, okay, do I like this because I wrote it, or because I would actually listen to it if someone else wrote
yeah,
it?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
kind of how I'm selective now, but
Hmm.
but I think you kind of get that when you go to local shows. You're like, wow, like no one knows who this band is, but
They should.
fucking great.
They should know who they are. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like Fomer. I didn't really. I knew of you. I don't think I listened to anything, but I knew of you just through channels. And certain people around Pittsburgh, but I never saw it, and I was like, I was going to the Haven State show anyway.
Hmm.
By God, I was going, So, but then I saw you guys on the bill. I was like, well, that's a bonus. But and I'm Catatonia. I didn't know they were even going to play first. I've had them on. I think they've been on two or three times on the show, but
Hmm.
so I know them real well. But I completely missed their. Okay, so I had a problem with a vehicle.
I know what that's like.
Kind of recently, I was in a rental vehicle that
Hmm.
night because my truck got smashed by a box truck,
Damn.
and I have a vehicle now. But but yeah, so I was in a rental vehicle. I could not get the thing to. I was trying to lock it with the key fob, right? That's
Mhm.
what the key fob's for, really. You get out the vehicle and then you lock it. I would hit the lock button and it would start beeping. You know, like not loudly, but like it would beep, like I did, like I left the key in there, but I didn't because it was in my pocket. Like, what is so I'm
I
standing
have
out
like a
there.
very similar story with a rental vehicle.
It sucked bad. It sucked so bad. So I missed the entire Catatonia set, but I got there as soon as well. I think you were in the middle of a song when I walked in,
Okay,
but so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of a Foamer and and
thank
beyond.
you.
But it was just like, but I saw Zach. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, it's cool, man. It's cool. You've seen us before. You've seen us because they came down to Morgantown and played once. But I was like, damn it, that stupid rental vehicle. Like it's not an excuse. No, I could have just, but I didn't want to leave it unlocked because I had all my studio stuff because the next day I was going over to Madison, PA to interview a band at their practice space. So I had my tripod, all my mixer, everything with me. I'm not
Mhm.
leaving that car unlocked. I'm sorry. I mean, like, I will protect that. So
Yeah,
I did. But
I,
yeah, that
I
was.
I had a thing with a rental vehicle
Yeah,
a
what's
couple
your
of years
what's
ago.
yours? What's your
Yeah,
story?
I hit a deer going.
I
I
did
don't know
that
if you
too.
know
I did that
Midnight
too. But go
Road
ahead.
like in like Ross Township here, but
Okay.
it's I call it McNightmare. But like I hit this deer and I was going I was probably going like 40, 50 miles an hour, and this deer ran down the side of a cliff. So we kind of just like hit each other like at an angle, and
Did you kill it?
it really fucked up my car. I had to pull over to the side in this like empty church parking lot, and I had to kick my door open because like it was that's where it was dense. I had literally kick it open to get out. But I was like, ah, shit, I'm working from home tomorrow. And then so I ended up getting this rental vehicle. I got this like Jeep, and I remember like when I got the vehicle, like I had my house keys on my car keys. So I forgot to put them on the new set of keys. So I went over to my friend's house and we were all hanging out, and I let time like you know get carried away. I lost track of time, and it was like 3 a.m. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go home. And so I went home, and I'm like, oh, my keys. My roommates are both asleep. They go to bed at like 10. So so I go over the side window, which was luckily it was unlocked.
Oh,
So
thank
I
God.
climb into my house. I fall into the sink, and then like my keys, which are in my pocket, they
They
set
went
off
down.
the alarm,
Oh
and I'm like,
no.
I like this isn't my car, so I'm like, how do I turn this fucking thing off? I'm gonna wake up the whole neighborhood. I'm gonna have people piss at me. It's like 3:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and the only person that heard it was my roommate's girlfriend, and but it was still like,
Did
what
you
the
get out of the
hell the
sink?
hell's going on?
Did she have to help you climb out of the sink?
No, I made it out of the sink. I was able to, that was the easy part.
No, I,
Uh,
I actually I hit a deer with the rental car also in the same scenario of rental car hell that I
mhm,
just went through. So they gave me this Volkswagen SUV. It was an Atlas,
mhm,
and my sister has exactly the same SUV. It looks terrific. It's a freaking nightmare to use, like to drive. It's a nightmare
mhm,
because it's got one of those screens in the middle, in the like for the radio and stuff. But I was like, I was going like this, trying to find what to turn down the freaking country music because as soon as I got into it, there was country music playing, and it wasn't loud, but it was loud enough that like I got to turn this crap off. I don't.
no, I
Not a
feel
big fan. So I'm going like this on the thing, and the whole screen starts moving, and I'm not even touching it yet. I'm just going like this. It recognizes gestures. Oh, great! Great gestures. So I had to go into the settings to figure out how to turn the freaking gestures off. So because you go like this and the page will move.
mhm,
I, I'm just trying to turn the radio off. That's all I'm. So then I got through that and I got the damn thing home and the very next time I went out I was going somewhere where I was on the interstate and I use cruise control because you're not speeding, you're not going too slow, you're cruise
mhm.
control. That's what it's for. I can't figure out how to turn the damn thing on. Can't get it on because when I press the cruise control button, it says cruise control is not active. Okay, no shit. That's why I'm hitting this button, right? Mm-mm. Still says that. I'm like, what is happening? Why can't I use? And I'm getting ready to go to Pittsburgh. Well,
Mhm.
I think your show was the next trip, like where I would definitely need freaking cruise control, right?
Right.
Or no, wait, there was another somewhere else I was going also, but and I had to take that, but I had a different vehicle for your show, but I so I called my sister. I did FaceTime with her. I'm sitting in my garage. I'm like, how does this work? Because it's got that adaptive cruise control also, which is not even for the interstate. It's for other crap. I was like, I just need to know how to turn cruise control on and turn it off. Hitting the brake pretty much be what it would be, but I never did figure it out. So the night before I was taking it back to Enterprise to get a different vehicle for the trip to you guys, I hit a deer.
Of course.
But you know what? I don't have any remorse for that vehicle because the cruise control doesn't work.
Yeah.
I hated that thing. That thing, it might be good for some people like my sister or whatever, but not for me. It's not for me. I don't need all that stuff. That's just extra. I don't need gestures. Like, how about just drive the vehicle and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
But so I got a really nice the vehicle that I drove up to you guys. It was a Mazda something. Mazda. It's like a hatchback kind of wagonish thing. It wasn't really an SUV.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was really nice. Cruise control turned right on as soon as I hit the button.
There you go.
It was a nice vehicle, so I drove that. But yeah, it was hell for a couple weeks there with, and the guy that hit me with the box truck when he got out after he hit me with the box truck, because I was pulled over, I could see him coming. I was pulled over all the way to as far to the right as I could get, and stopped, and my wheels were turned and everything. He comes around and just plows right into me. He gets out and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention." What? You're driving a gigantic box truck and you're not paying attention?
He was sending a tweet.
I was about to send him a tweet right up. I don't have a jingle for this segment yet, this new segment that I want to do, but it's called Offstage. I named it Offstage with the AI's help. I asked the AI, what should I call this thing? Hey, there's an AI there. We might as well use it, right? It's smarter than we are, I think, or something. So I'm calling it Offstage, and maybe Jason, if Jason, you still play music, come up with a jingle for the Offstage segment that I can play on the thing. But basically, okay, so for a while I did a wiener segment. So you missed that one, which is probably a good thing, right? But it was all about hot dogs. I did that for a year and a half.
Okay, that's what it's about.
Not what you're thinking, whatever
no,
that is. So I did that for a while, and it was fun. What do you like on your hot dogs? Where do you eat hot dogs? So we did that for a year and a half, and then at the beginning of the year, I got the new logo, I got the website going, and I was like, I need to change that segment because I can't stand it anymore. I need to do something different. So I decided to. I like to explore on Google Earth. I don't know if you've ever been on Google Earth and just kind of
here and there.
Wandered around the globe, and you can find out all kinds of stuff. So I do that a lot, and I like to learn about where people live. Mm-hmm. And of course, I know Pittsburgh for the most part, and I did that segment with a few bands in Pittsburgh. Just different landmarks, and some are funny, some are weird, kind of deal. But I've done Pittsburgh so many times, and there's other cities that I've done a few times. That what else can I do? What else can I ask? So I'm thinking, well, let's just do a segment to where just silly random questions that have nothing to do with what the show's about, or nothing to do with Fomer and nothing to do with Noah. So basically it's maybe not a bunch. I don't know how I'm going to do it. This is the second time because I did it yesterday with Ultimatum. And I think I went through all of them except for one. So I figured I would ask you the one that I didn't ask them to see if that question works. If you're down for that.
Sure, yeah, I'll try to keep up. Okay,
so what's the most surreal or unexpected place you've ever woken up?
Oh shit. That's a good question. I'm trying to think of that because there's probably been times where it's like I had a lot of fun in college.
Yeah, I think I did too. I think we all did.
Yeah, too many bathroom floors. I don't know why it's always the bathroom.
Well, maybe for being sick, but
I guess. But I'm the guy who just I don't know if I've had too much to drink, I'll just dry heave and then my body thinks that I puked. It's like, oh yeah, you're fine.
Drink some more and then you're good.
Yeah, it's exactly. Let's see how far I can. No, I'm sounding like a maniac.
You are.
Where have I woken up for it? I've had things where it's like I'll be out with some friends. Like this hasn't happened in a long time, but it's like I'll just wake up in someone's house. We end up at someone's place who I've never been to. So it's just like I wake up on a couch and I'm just like analyzing my surroundings. Like,
how did I get here?
What led me here?
Yeah, really.
Like one of those like a hangover movie
Has there ever
moments.
been a place where I don't think it's ever happened for me, but like on the street or outside somewhere, but you're at a house, but you're just like outside sleeping, and you woke up?
N No, no,
No.
I haven't, but I had this friend that I lived with in college though, and they were out like in Southside or something, and they're my roommate. So they came home the next day and they're like, "Yeah, I just slept under a bridge last night." I'm like, "You slept under a bridge?" I'm like, You can call an Uber?" Like,
Yeah,
"Nope,
really. Yeah, there's ways out of that
just
situation.
wanted to sleep under this bridge. It looked comfy."
Yeah,
It's
and I
like,
guess it was. I mean, yeah, they
I
made it.
I I guess if you're coming home and you're telling me all about it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Do you have any useless talents
Useless talents?
or party tricks? Or I guess I can combine those questions. Like the guy last night could turn his eyelids inside out. That was
No, I
pretty
can't do
cool.
any weird stuff like that. I don't know.
You,
Yeah.
you you don't have any do you know like any magic tricks or could he juggle or
No, I can't do any of that. I suck.
I suck.
Yeah.
That's a talent
Yeah.
for some people, I guess.
I think my superpower would be apologizing for things that aren't my fault.
I think that's human nature, isn't it? 'Cause a lot of
Yeah,
people
but
do
I
that.
take it to the extreme. Like, why you apologize about that? You didn't do anything. It's
What was the who
me
was
and my
the
me and my roommate Bobby. That's like how we. That's like 90% of our conversations. It's like, No, no, I'm sorry. No, no, I'm
then you
sorry.
start an argument over who's
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
who
yeah,
wins.
an argument over who's more sorry about things that aren't even our fault.
Okay, this would be good about Pittsburgh since I've had several bands from Pittsburgh. Um, if your hometown Pittsburgh, I guess Pittsburgh is your hometown, right?
Mhm.
If it had a theme song, what would it be? And you don't have to
Oh
sing it
shit.
like a famous song, I guess.
Well, I'm
'Cause
not gonna
they
say
they
black and
chose
yellow.
Bohemian Rhapsody, I think. What is it?
No, I guess I'm not gonna say black and yellow because
That's
that's
too hip
just
hop.
stereotypical at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
What do you think?
Damn, you really put me in the spot here.
I know. That's the whole point, I think, right? We can go back. We can come back to it if you want to think about it.
Yeah, it will happen. Is I'll think of something like when I wake up tomorrow. I'll be like, damn, I
That's
should have
fine.
said
Yeah,
that
just hit me
one.
up and I'll insert it into the clip somehow.
Just get another clip of me and just put
Okay,
it in
here
there.
here is okay. Since you said you didn't have any talents, we'll go for skills. Okay, let's try. I'm going to put you on the spot again. Okay, a genie grants you the ability to instantly become an expert in one skill, in anything, any one skill, but it has to be completely useless to like music. It can't have anything to do with phone book.
Okay,
Which one do you choose?
which skill do I choose? I think it would be to be able to eat as much as I want without getting sick.
What's your favorite food?
Uh, I'm not picky. Yes. No,
That's
no,
a
I
good
think about
answer.
this one time when I was the one time I studied abroad in college, and we uh we went to this place. Like this sign just had like it said like pizza and booze. That's all the sign said. And we're like, that's where we're eating tonight.
Yes, that's
Hell
another
yeah.
yes.
So
Yes.
we and so I think I ate like I was like 22 at the time. I ate an entire medium pizza and I think 25 wings. I'm a
That's
skinny
that's
guy,
that's
by
a,
the way, and
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
we were in Dublin, so I washed it down with a couple pints of Guinness. But I'm like
that's,
walking
Guinness
around.
is heavy
I don't feel too good.
Guinness is a meal in itself,
Yeah,
though.
I
You know?
brag about it though. I'm like I only threw up a little bit, only a little bit.
Man, entire medium pizza and how many wings?
20, 25,
Were
20,
they hot
21,
wings?
something like that. This is a while ago. This is
Were they hot wings or or were they plain?
I think they were like mild.
Yeah.
Something like that. This is a long
Man,
time ago.
it's a
I
lot of
don't have the
food.
receipt, but
You didn't keep the receipt.
no, I
That's
didn't.
that's that's a good receipt to have, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, did you think of a theme song for Pittsburgh yet?
Um,
I can still go back to
I'm
it.
trying to think. I'm trying to
There's
think.
not
Oh no, it'd be Rusty Cage by Soundgarden.
why.
I've been stuck in this city too long.
I think that they mentioned that also. Did they mention it last night?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, whoops! Almost dropped my phone. Would be the first time. We can do, okay. Your choice. We can do one more question.
Okay.
Do you want to do the one about the escape room, or do you want to do the one about aliens?
Let's do aliens.
Okay, that's what they picked also. Okay. Aliens land on Earth and demand to hear one song that represents all of humanity. What song? What song and
Um,
why?
I do like yeah,
Combust by Fomer, right?
yeah, yeah. No, we'd be screwed. um, I'd probably just I don't know. I put on the Beatles. I mean that really just like represents like
America. Or
like
actually, no,
yeah,
Britain.
it represents America. uh, uh, it represents just like all like modern music. I think I'm like one of those guys. It's like if you say like the Beatles are overrated, it's like you can not like them, but like I'll be like, do you listen to any music that was recorded after the 1960s? I'm like, well then, yeah, not overrated.
Yeah.
I don't go into depth because I'll sound like an asshole, but
Now
but
I'm thinking for this, maybe it would be good if I would also ask the guest to come up with a question for me to ask the next guest that really doesn't have to do with anything with them, but just a weird question that I could ask them. And I don't know who the next guest is going to be because I haven't booked anything up to this point, or up until after tonight since I'm leaving for a week. But maybe if you come up with a question, a silly question, I could ask the next guest. That'd be awesome,
oh yeah, I'll think of
and
one.
I will include it. I will include it.
Usually I have these like
You don't
really
have to think of it now. You don't have to think of it
I'll come up with something. I got time.
now. Yeah, I think you will. You're a pretty clever fellow.
I
All right. What
I
is
try
what is
to
what is
get that
Vessel
illusion.
about? Let's listen to Vessel. What's this song about? Is it about a
Um,
vessel?
so like Brain Attack was the first song on the EP. Vessel's the last one. I'll flow through. I try to make it sound kind of like a journey. Vessel's kind of just like about like accepting your own baggage and just being okay with that and just I'm like this is my body, this is my vessel. I'm who I am. Like it's not a body image song, but it's more just like recovering and accepting how life is and your place in that and stuff like that. It was I was going through like kind of a rough time when I wrote it, so it's more just this song I wrote to comfort myself,
Sure.
just for
Yeah.
when I get too like tangled up here. But at the same time, structurally, I wanted to make a song that didn't repeat itself. There's there's a few songs that I really enjoy by different artists that like they'll have like a little bit of lyrics at the beginning and it'll be like a little bit that says a lot and like I like to keep it ambiguous like that.
Sure.
Um, and then just have it like instrumental all the way through. Yeah, it's kind of like there's a Jimi Hendrix song called "Drifting." It was like released after he died. But it kind of does that. It's just like it's two verses and then it's just instrumental all the way through. The song by that band Post Animal too. They do the same thing and I don't know. I thought that'd be cool to like end end a collective work, like end an EP, just do something like that. So
Yeah. Sure.
yeah, the words kind of just like came after that because I just kind of like incorporated that into the way I was viewing the song.
Awesome. Well, check out the entire EP by Fomer. It's very good, and
Please.
I think everyone will enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's awesome. Who did the EP artwork before we play Vessel here?
Oh, that's my friend Caroline Heckman. She's a very very talented local artist. I definitely want to work with her on some more stuff in the future. I
Very
sent her
cool.
the masters of all. We had the whole idea that she was gonna do the artwork like long before I even finished the project, but I gave her the masters and I was like, just paint what you feel, but just don't
Yeah.
put any words on it. Like I don't want any words. It should be self-titled. And she has a lot of those like that kind of like art with like faces and stuff in it. And I really, really dig it. It's totally a vibe. But she made that and it was like it was perfect for me. It reminded me because I love King Crimson.
Yeah.
Uh, their first album, In the Court of the Crimson King, is just like that like close up of that like face, and
Hmm.
it just it reminded me of that, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. I was like, well, you did a great job. She's awesome. Yeah, Caroline Heckman, great artist.
Awesome.
Like check her stuff out.
For sure.
Uh,
I used. I don't know if you knew Dream the Heavy, the band Dream the Heavy.
I know Dream the Heavy.
I
Yeah,
had TK do my. I did an electronic solo album
I
recently,
love
and I
TK.
had him do
He's
the
good.
cover art for that. He did a very good job on that.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know he does art.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done art. Has art in galleries and things around. Like they're some of them are really expensive. And when I
Yeah.
brought this idea up to him, I was like, I can't. I don't. My budget's not as big as that. He goes, I know. He said, I'll take care of it. So he came. I'll
Yeah,
show
that,
it to you after we after we
yeah,
after
please
we.
do. I'd love to check it out.
Yeah. Here is Vessel by Foamer. Check it out. I like how it fades. That's terrific. That's a great ending.
Thank you.
You know, that's it. It kind of goes away from like I don't know. The treble kind of goes away. You
Yeah,
know.
we low pass it, so you just let the
Yeah.
low ends uh, go through, and you block everything else.
Yeah.
So
That's a
it's
great.
great.
That's
I
terrific.
love that as it fades out. But thank you.
All right. I always give the guest however long they need. So we'll say 5 minutes or however long you need to just plug the crap out of yourself and force people to go listen to go listen to your stuff. Go find Foamer everywhere. Tell them where they can find you and what you're doing next and things like that.
You can find us on, Spotify, Bandcamp, Instagram. We're most active on Instagram. I'll get on Facebook every now and then, but I don't know.
I feel the same way about Facebook. So go ahead.
Yeah, we're not on TikTok. We have like a Twitter or X page that I never use. Instagram, it's where you can find all our stuff. I think we might have like a little acoustic thing coming up soon. It hasn't been confirmed yet, so don't quote me on that. But we don't really have too much going on the rest of the year. We're gonna be like recording some music. Probably getting an album out sometime next year. Probably later in the year. We still got some ways to go with that. Yeah, bringing in a new bass player. I'm excited about that. Yeah, so we'll be picking up with the full band shows in January. We got one booked for the end of January. That's probably the closest full band show we got right now.
Where's that one at?
Where's that turns out? But what's up?
Where's that one going to be?
That's gonna be at Gooskey's. That'll be announced. Somewhere down the line.
Never heard of Gooskey.
It's cool. They do these things called Saturday showcases.
Okay.
They pretty much like every week they do one. They'll just have like 2 bands on a bill.
Let me know. I'll come up. I'll definitely come
up.
Yeah,
I will. It hasn't been announced yet. I'm not sure when it will be, but just keep an eye out for it.
Sure.
It'll be good. I'm excited about that. I've been to a few of those.
Yeah. It's everything sounds good, man. It sounds really good. Keep it up for sure.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice meeting you in person. Did I give you stickers when I was up
there?
Yeah,
you gave me stickers in a temporary
Did you get a tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one of these?
Yep. Yeah, I do have one of those. I haven't used it yet, but I will.
Yeah. Make sure you use it at a good time,
I will. I'll put it right on my forehead.
I might bring you another one. This has been pretty popular lately. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. They're expensive to get made, but as what I do, I can't sell anything. I can, I guess, but I don't want to. I have to promote the show constantly,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for everybody else, so I can take the hit, So anyway, I don't have anybody coming up as of yet. I have several people I'm currently talking to, trying to schedule something, but I've kind of put that on hold since I'm leaving for Charlotte on Tuesday,
right?
To meet up with Reign of Z. They're from Pittsburgh. They are currently touring with a band from Chicago called Bullet to the Heart, and I was just looking on Instagram. They're in Sanford, Florida tonight. I think that's
cool.
Around Orlando area. But I'm meeting up with them in Charlotte, North Carolina on Wednesday. They're playing at the Milestone, which I've been to Milestone I think 3 times, and that venue has been there forever. I think REM's played there, Nirvana's played there. Like so many good bands have played there over the years. It's been there forever, and luckily I've been there a few times. But I will be meeting them in Charlotte on Wednesday for their show there, and then Thursday we're going to make our way up to Chesapeake, Virginia. They're going to be playing at the Riff House Pub there. I've never been to Chesapeake, so that'll be fun. And then Friday they're playing in Baltimore at Zen West. Haven't been there yet. I've been to Baltimore a few times, but haven't been to Zen West. They'll be playing there. And then Saturday they have the day off, and we will. They're ending their tour in Mechanicsburg, which is around Harrisburg, that area, PA, at Love Drafts. So I will be following them, filming behind the scenes, and maybe coming up with a documentary. Because they tour all the time. They're always. It seems like they're always on the road, which is good. That's what they like to do, and they do a very good job at it. And
I'm definitely trying to take us out sometime next year. Like I want to start doing weekenders. I'm doing research like that. We're gonna be doing this thing in Brooklyn called Least of All. It's like we're doing that direct to vinyl recording. Catatonia did that too. I mean, they were selling some of their copies, so I might try a KS gig while we're up there. I've been doing my research.
I know some people in that area, so let me know, and if you need some people to go play a show with, or a place to play
I definitely will. I'll definitely take you up on that, because I need all the the info, all the pointers I can get. So
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I always tell bands I don't have any plugs to get you into a venue. I have no pull with that whatsoever.
oh
I
yeah,
just but I know I've had bands on from. See, I have 14 more states to do all, or 13 or 14 more states to get all 50. I do have that, and I've done bands in 24 different countries. So if you go to another country, and I might have had a band on from there, I could talk to them and maybe get you in with them to do a show. Like I have that kind of stuff, but
no,
it's still not a
that's
guarantee.
that's always appreciated.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll take whatever you can go give
sure.
me. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But I so I have that with Reign of Z, and I'll be back next Monday, and then we'll kind of start the holiday planning because Christmas is right around the corner, right, Noah?
oh yeah.
Don't you love that?
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I always do a Thanksgiving show. I don't do it on Thanksgiving. The holiday shows I never do it on the holiday because
Right,
I have things to do also.
of course.
But I have a couple bands I'm thinking about doing for the Thanksgiving show. I like to do for special shows. We'll do a special show. A
Hmm.
special show, holiday show. I meant to say for holiday shows, I like to do special things for the show. So I'm thinking this year for the Thanksgiving show we'll do two bands that don't know each other and they don't know who each other are until we get on Zoom and oh hey nice to meet you kind of thing. And of
Oh
course
yeah.
we'll do music and it'll just be a fun show. So I have a couple bands I have kind of lined up for that. I can't say it because if they're watching they'll know who they. You see where I'm getting. So
Yeah.
the Christmas special I haven't even thought about yet, but try to get something going for the Thanksgiving show when I get back. And yeah, it'll be a fun trip. It'll be a fun trip.
Cool.
Be good to get the heck out of town for a while.
That's always nice,
Yeah.
honestly.
And it's something new. It's something that I want to do on the side. Other than this show, I want to follow bands and get that footage of that people don't see. When you go to a show, you see them
Oh yeah.
perform, and then you go meet them at the merch table, and that's pretty much all you see. Unless you really know. I mean, then you can probably go backstage and hang out and
Yeah.
stuff. But
It definitely makes things like more humanizing
yeah, it's
like
gonna be
that.
difficult. It's gonna be really difficult. And I told them this. They were on the show before they left for tour, and I was like, I'm that kind of person that I can't just stand around when you guys are loading things. I want to pick something up and help you, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to hold back and let them do it because they've done it this whole time without me.
You can film them doing it.
Yeah, so I have to step back, and so that's gonna be different for me because I'm that person. I'm gonna help you, load your stuff up, but I can't do that. So it'll be fun, and being the last 4 dates of this long tour, they left in kind of the middle or the beginning of October, so they've been on tour for a while. They've been on the road for a
Yeah.
while. But they're the kind of people I don't think there'll be arguments. And even if there are, that's what sells. you know, I don't think there's gonna be fist fights, but hey, I can't step in and say, whoa, 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 you guys, back up. So it's definitely gonna be interesting for me, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun, and I hope to do it for somebody else. Somebody
Yeah.
else, another
I hope
band.
that goes well.
Thank you. Me too. But thankfully, I don't have a rental car, and I know how this vehicle works that I have now, and you know
Yeah, just watch out for deer.
that's yeah, I know, freaking deer.
Yeah, I know.
They need to hunt them all year long. I don't think there needs to be this regulation of when to hunt them. Just hunt them all the time. That would definitely down the population. There's just too many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
I should have somebody from PETA on the show. That would be interesting. Have this conversation. You can't kill anything. I have to send you this this meme I found. It's are you a vegan by chance?
No, I eat pretty much everything.
You're a carnivore. Okay, then
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. It's funny. You'll laugh. Anyway, if you have 5 minutes and you want to stick around for a little bit after I kill the live stream, we'll say a formal goodbye. Or
Sure,
something like that.
sure.
But yeah, folks, I'll be back. I'll be back next Monday, and I don't know who's coming up, but I'm sure somebody will schedule while I'm gone because, I'm up for that. But no show for a week, so you get to rest. You get to rest your ears from me for a week, and take a break for a while, and then we'll come back. We'll do the holidays together. Playing us out of the show tonight is a band called Mellowscape that I really don't know too much about, but I'd love to have them on the show.
They're great guys.
You know them, right?
Yeah.
Tell them, force them to be on the show. Be like, and you can co-host with me since you know them.
I will. I'll surprise them.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'll do it. Yeah, that sounds fun.
The song I'm going to play is called "Playing with a Puppy." I just thought it's a really good song. It's one of the ones I like off the album. So we'll listen to that, and I will see everybody sometime after next Monday. I guess I usually say I'll see you next week with whoever, but I will be on the road, and I'm sure I'll probably do some live stuff, just here and there, and I'll post some things up. I won't be a stranger. I'm not going away forever. Nobody's gonna miss me. Maybe my mother. I don't know. We'll see. Noah, thanks again for being on and representing Foamer. The stuff is freaking great, and let me know about that show in January. I'll definitely come up.
Sure. I will, and thank you again for having us. I'm excited for you to hear our new stuff whenever we release it.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, man. We'll talk soon.
Definitely.
Here's Mellowscape with "Playing with a Puppy," and I'll see you when I see you. Have a good night.
I'm recovering when I say it's reaching my drink. Yeah, I'm recovering when I say yes, that's a true thing. Yeah, I'm recovering when I say and I think I stink. Yeah, I'm recovering when I say it's reaching my drink. No such thing as recovery, just a word of hurt. Long as I'm clear, I've known and learned. I don't give a damn. I'm not so sad. I feel the rage and I'll make you hurt. Make you hurt. I'm recovering, I say yes, reaching my dream. Yeah, I'm recovering, I say yes, that's a true thing.